Happy New Year's, everybody. It is cold outside. Oh my God, my hands are frozen. So, all right, let's talk about films coming up in January. Man, I really dug around to look for these. I was like, I want to find everything. Because every time I do one of these, and it's going to happen again, of course, which is fine. But every time I do one of these, like 5 or 6 movies or television series or whatever come out, and I'm like, how did I miss this? How did I miss this? I don't get it. But I really looked. I went on like 15 different sites. I was really digging, and I watched the trailers for every one of these, so I did a pretty damn comprehensive list. But I'm sure like 3 or 4 are still going to come. But I looked for as much as, this is what I could find. This is really what I could find. So on the 1st of January, we have a film called Life Changer, which from the trailer, it looks like it deals with a shapeshifter, which shapeshifter horror movies are pretty cool. So I dug the trailer. It was fine. Next up on the 4th, which is tomorrow, I'm getting to this a little late, but we got 4 films coming out on the 4th. One of them I'm probably seeing today because I'm really, really freaking excited for it, because I really like movies like this, like a movie like Cube, where everyone's trying to escape from a room. This is called Escape Room. I don't know, I've dug that premise. I watched a movie last year called Escape Room with Skeet Ulrich, and I actually really enjoyed it. A lot of people shit on it, but I dug it. There was another film called Escape Room last year as well, I did not see. So it's going to be confusing when you type in Escape Room and you look on IMDb. There's like 3 of them in the last year. But this one looks cool. I've heard some good stuff from people that I, respect their opinion. I'm stoked for this. I think the cast looks great. I watched like 20 seconds of the trailer when I saw it before the movie Searching, which is excellent, by the way, if you haven't seen it. And I closed my eyes and I like plugged my ears for the rest, because I swear to God, 20, 30 seconds into the trailer, I was not only already sold, but I had already felt like I'd seen way too much. Why did they do that? I can't even imagine what was shown over the next minute and a half. That trailer went on for so much longer. And I was like, dude, I feel like I already know the full first act of the film. No doubt they showed the 3rd act in that trailer. I didn't see it, but I can guarantee you they did from what I already saw in the first 30 seconds. But I thought it looked great. Really excited. Hopefully I'm going here in a few hours, and I will report back later today. Then we got a movie called The Demonologist, which looks pretty silly. It kind of looks like a poor man's Constantine, from what I could tell. Some guy who's a demonologist, and he's got like his tattoos turned to like flames when he's fighting demons. I don't know if it's going to be like action or anything, but from what I saw, it looked really low budget, goofy. But it's not one I would rush to by any means. But check out the trailer. It looks pretty silly. Then we have a movie called The Vanishing, which when I started reading the premise, I had to check really quick to make sure this wasn't just another name for the movie Cold Skin, which came out last year, and it's about, some guys that go out to a lighthouse in the middle of freaking nowhere, like on a little island, and they switch out, and there's like a dude missing, and whatever. Same concept, same premise, like the beginning premise is very similar, and I was like, another lighthouse thing, and with an island, and this and that. Supposedly this is based on a true story. It stars Gerard Butler and Peter Mullins, and I really, really like Peter Mullins a lot, so it was cool to see him here. This does not look like a monster film like Cold Skin, though. This looks like people fighting over a box of gold, from what I could see. I don't know. The trailer looked decent, but yeah, it's a period piece set on an island. Lighthouse keepers, they find something, they're fighting over it. I don't watch the full trailers a lot, because I'll get to I'll get the information I need. I'll get a sense of if I like it, and then I'll shut it off, because then trailers really are like the worst. I can't fucking stand them. Some I can't avoid. Star Wars or something, like, it's just part of the experience. But a lot of these films, you just can't watch the trailers. They kill them. All right, moving on to the 8th. Both of these are in the red box here. And one is called The Oath. which is definitely more like comedy thriller from what I can tell. It is this family dinner during Thanksgiving, and everyone's getting into politics, and they're just like going at each other, and it looks like things get way out of hand, way out of control with the political talk at the table. And I don't know, maybe they just start beating the shit out of each other or killing each other. It looks like it gets fairly intense, but much more on the comedic side. And it stars Carrie Brownstein. Well, at least she's in it, in the trailer, a decent amount. So I would guess she's a bigger role in it, which I grew up listening to Sleater-Kinney, and I always had a crush on her. I think she's wonderful. She's in Portlandia. She's like, you know, the chick in Portlandia, the main character with Fred Armisen. And she's also in Transparent. And she's been in a bunch of stuff now, which is so cool. It was shocking to see Carrie in something. When I originally saw her, I think I saw her in Portlandia, maybe. I can't remember where I saw her first, but I remember seeing her on screen and was like, is that Carrie Brownstein from fucking Sleater-Kinney? Like, it can't be. Why would she be acting? She's actually really good. I was surprised. She's in, as I said, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff. So it's always great to see her on screen. And this looks fun. Then we have a movie called The Car, Road to Revenge, which I thought maybe was going to be a sequel to that old movie called The Car. It is not. This looks like some kind of killer car movie that they're driving. It looks fucking ridiculous. Way over the top, which it looks fun. It's just like a low budget. I don't want to say Mad Max and get it in people's head that this is post-apocalyptic. From what I can tell, it doesn't look all that post-apocalyptic. A little bit. It kind of reminds me of like Blood Drive, that show on Sci-Fi Channel, or Death Race, which I guess all those are set in post-apocalyptic worlds. But yeah, this car is like jumping and like turning sideways and decapitating people's heads as it's like jumping over cars. Yeah, fun, right? If you're into that kind of stuff, there you go. Check out the trailer. But as I said, very low budget, so some of the CGI is very dodgy, and the acting looks not good. So, like a sci-fi type movie. But whatever, I'll probably check it out. Next up, we got on the 11th of January, we got Pledge. Not The Pledge, just Pledge. And this is a movie where fraternity hazing has been taken to the extreme, and these kids are like questioning whether or not this is even actually a fraternity, and if these guys are trying to kill them or not. Looks like a total torture movie that these kids are enduring to try to get laid eventually. I've said on my channel many, many times, anytime the sorority or fraternity thing comes up and they're hazing them and they're doing that whole pledge bullshit, that I'm just like, I don't get this. I do not understand why people would endure something so awful just to be part of something. It's like, can you really look at these people and be friends with them later? And can you really take that abuse and be bullied like that just for that? Fuck that. No way. People will be like, oh, I'm tough. I can take it. It's not about being tough. It's about having respect for yourself. You can get a fucking haze me. Unless it's like your friends and you're doing something fun and this and these are assholes just taking advantage of you. Just awful stuff. I'm not sure I'll check this one out just because of how much I hate bullying, how much I hate the idea of people pledging to fraternities and all that. I despise it. I absolutely despise it. I don't know, maybe I'll check it out. I'm not a pussy or anything. It rubs me the wrong way. Next up on the 15th, we got two movies. One called Doom Room. This girl wakes up in a room, doesn't know who she is, doesn't know how she got there, and the room apparently is haunted, and she's trying to get out of the room. Kind of sounds like Escape Room, but I don't think that one has anything to do with supernatural. I don't know, we'll see. But very cool visuals. So check out the trailer for that one, because I thought that visually it was very neat. And the way they were doing some of the supernatural stuff, I was like, oh, this actually looks pretty cool. So check out the Doom Room trailer, or don't check out it and just check the movie out. Or wait for my review, which will probably come on the 15th or the 16th. Next up, we got a movie called After Darkness, which kind of is more thriller-esque. And this is a group of people who are trying to survive after the sun burns out. But that sounds more like it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and there's people out like trying to scavenge for resources. And no, it's like it looks like a family who has some kind of like a bunker possibly, or like one of these safe rooms, whatever the hell, and they're bringing other people in to go down there with them, and they're fighting on who's gonna get what and whatnot. So, which reminds me of the movie The Divide a little bit. This trailer doesn't have that feel per se, but it does have that similarity in concept. The Divide is great though, man. Some excellent performances there. One of my favorites by Michael Englund, who, if you haven't seen that's an excellent performance by him. And Milo, however you say his last name, from This Is Us, which is such a popular show, but he's obviously in tons of other stuff like Heroes and whatnot. But yeah, all right. And on the 18th, we have Glass. I don't really need to tell you much about this. I'm sure you know what it is. But I am definitely looking forward to this very, very much. I really enjoyed Split. I really enjoyed Unbreakable. The big, surprise ending of Split was like, holy shit, and it was this big, promise for this movie, and I'm very glad it's happening. The trailer has shown way, way too much, and I've seen it way too many times because it plays before everything, and I just haven't been able to fully avoid it. But man, it looks awesome. James McAvoy, what an incredible actor. Seriously, to pull all these performances, all these different characters off, it just looks awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And same day on Netflix, we have a movie called Close with Noomi Rapace. Is that how you say her last name? I've always been confused on how to say it, but man, I adore her. And since this is Netflix and this is Noomi, I have to bring it up, even though it definitely looks much more like a thriller about, some people who are held hostage. It doesn't matter what it's about, okay? You can look up the trailer if you want, but it's Noomi. She's amazing, and if for some reason you didn't see the incredibly overlooked What Happened to Monday, which was one of my favorite movies of that year, and almost no one was talking about it, and I don't get why. That should have went to the theater, man. I loved that film, and she was incredible in it. But that also comes out on Netflix, and yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch anything with her. I'll watch a freaking, a commercial on freaking medical wipes. I don't give a shit. All right. So on the 24th, one night only. Look on IMDb. Look wherever you look for movie tickets. One night only for only like a showing or two. There's one near my house, so I'm going to try to catch this. It is called The Final Wish, and it has Lin Shaye and Tony Todd, and it looks like a take on The Monkey Paw, from what I can tell. Bunch of kids making wishes. I know people are down on something like that right now because of the Wish Upon movie, which everyone hated. Trailer looks okay. It looks fine. It's not something I would rush to the theater to see, but because it's a one-night engagement and it is playing across the street from my house, I might go. I'm not 100% sure I will, but yeah, check out the trailer, see if it's worth your money and time there to see it in the theater. Then on the 25th, we got a couple Netflix things. One I'm super excited. Actually, I'm pretty excited for both, but one I'm really, really excited for. And this is Kingdom. It's a television series coming to Netflix. And essentially, it just looks like, samurai versus zombies. But it's foreign. It's in, I don't know what language it's in. But the trailer just looks stunning. Beautiful cinematography, awesome set pieces, brilliant costume design, just gorgeous. It looks, like some sweeping period piece epic, some Chinese, or I apologize if that's, I don't know what country it is, to be completely honest, but whatever it is, looks awesome as all hell. We didn't get to see the zombies in the trailer that I saw. but they were like prepping for battle against them. And I have a great feeling about this show. I really do. From the visuals to everything about it, it looks top freaking notch. So heavily looking forward to that one. We have 3 things coming out that day. I didn't see this one. Then also on Netflix, I don't know how to say this. I don't know. Animas, Animas. It's with a little hyphen over the S, or the A. Yeah, I wrote it down wrong because I remember going to type it in and I think it was over the A. So how the hell you say this? Animas. Looks really trippy. Some foreign flick. I couldn't really tell what was going on in the trailer. It was being very vague. But I think some girl like loses her brother. Something. It looks trippy. The visuals alone, I think, will be worth a view. And it's on Netflix. We all have Netflix, so check it out. Then on also the 25th, we have a film called Dead Ant. And this trailer looks ridiculous. And it has Tom Arnold in it. I don't think he plays like a main character. There's this rock band that looks like something like almost like a hair metal band, and they are out in the God dang it, man. They are in their little tour RV and they're going out. They're trying to get to this show at Nocella because he couldn't book them at Coachella. I thought that was pretty funny. And they're out there in the desert. Their freaking thing breaks down and they start to get invaded by big, giant killer ants. So it's giant killer ants versus rockers in the desert. Kind of reminded me a little of Big Ass Spider or something when I was watching it. Or what's the other one? 8-Legged Freaks. Something like that. You know, big insect movie. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So there you go. The trailer looked absolutely ridiculous. And last, we got on the 31st a partnership of DirecTV. So I'm guessing it's a DirecTV exclusive, which kind of sucks. And A24. So it says A24. So I have big faith in this since it's A24. It is called The Hole in the Ground. And it is this mom who moves to this rural area and she becomes paranoid because her neighbor is weird. And she has to, in her paranoia, she's trying to figure out what to do, and she's investigating this sinkhole on her property and what could be in there or whatever. I cannot find a trailer on this. That is why my description is very vague. I looked at a bunch of different sites I've only seen one photo, and that's the only photo I can find anywhere online. There is no trailer that I can find. Because it's A24, because of the description sounding very odd, I was like, I'm definitely watching this. I don't care. But I don't know, the idea of this sinkhole in her backyard and her going into her, I don't know. Visually, it seems cool in my head. I don't know. What are you guys looking forward to? Or are any of you going to go see Escape Room? I know that this is kind of a lame month. I'm not seeing anything on here. There's not a ton on here, but there are some things I'm really excited for. Obviously, Escape Room. Doom Room, I'm actually really looking forward to checking out. Glass. Kingdom. This Animas. And The Hole in the Ground. Those, I think I did like 6 there. Oh, and the Numi movie, of course. But I'll probably end up watching all of these, knowing myself. But what are you guys looking forward to? And as always, if you find something else, please leave it in the comments below. It always happens. I looked on Redbox. I looked on Amazon. I looked on Netflix. I looked on Hulu. I looked everywhere to try to find things that are coming out. So please let me know what I missed. Adios, guys.